Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome this pillar of strength, our executive senior financial planner, Mr. Marcus Das, telling us why is it not 3 months, but is a lifetime.
Good afternoon, Great Eastern. We all have 85 days to finish this year. What if I told you you can rewrite your story or change the narratives of your script in these 85 days? I have been in Great Eastern for the past 21 years, and let me tell you what I've realized in these 21 years. Breakthrough has got nothing to do with time. Breakthrough has got to do with having a certain set of strategies which has to have intention and executed with tenacity, intensity, focus, and consistency, we will be able to have that breakthrough. Breakthrough has got nothing to do with how long you work. It only has got to do with how deep you go. Let me share a story with you which has changed my approach for many years of Final Sprint. When Kobe Bryant, at 18 years old, when he was playing his first maiden year, right? There was this particular semi-finals where he was given the responsibility of winning the game for the team. He had to do 3 free throws, and it was very easy for him. He was like the guy to look up to. When he came to do the 3 free throws, he actually had 3 straight air balls. He missed all the 3 free throws in a row. And he was sitting down there on his bench, putting a towel over his head, and all the reporters and journalists were like, this is the story for us. Let's go and just kill this guy off and ask him all the questions we need to ask. And they just approached him and asked him, how are you feeling about you missing all these throws? He just looked at him and said, what feelings are you talking to me about, and what emotions are you talking to me about? I'm just thinking why I missed the 3 shots. I'm not interested in these emotions. And he just left that place without giving a single interview. The thing is this, there's 4 lessons you can learn from what Kobe Bryant did that day. Lesson 1, feelings. What has got feelings has got to do with what you're actually doing right now. Because these feelings, right, is going to come and cloud all the practical thinking you are going to do. We must learn to dissociate emotions from our actions. The past 40 weeks, if you are still behind your goals, then has these emotions exactly helped you? These emotions actually clouding why you couldn't do certain things. So we have to learn to take these emotions and dissociate away from us, because these emotions is going to make our actions very blurry. So if these 40 weeks, these emotions, it has not helped you, my advice to you is to chuck that emotions aside and be very objective for the next 12 weeks and just focus on why you actually failed. You have to learn to look beyond your setbacks and rejections. And he started reflecting what exactly went wrong. He realized his upper body has very little strength. His upper body couldn't last the tenacity of playing 7 games in a row. So he just realized, okay, this is where my mistake is. Agents, ask yourself, have you done your reflection? 40 weeks, what exactly went wrong? There's some things you could have done right, some things you may not have done right. But you have to put the emotions aside and start reflecting what exactly is the problem that you guys are facing. If you guys still have not figured out the problems in what happened in these first 40 weeks, then the next 12 weeks is not going to be of any use to you. He immediately went to a nearby high school gym and started training in the gym until sunrise next morning. He was very clear, I'm going to take immediate massive action, right? He just found a helper in the school and said, just open up the school for me, I just want to train. And he kept on training. So I'm going to ask you, are you going to give up, or for the next 12 weeks, you're going to take immediate massive action and keep all the emotions aside? You must learn to turn your pain into fuel. The pain could also make you give up, but there's no point giving up. If you can take the pain and turn it into fuel, it's going to give you the kind of results you would have never even dreamt about. And at the gym, when he came out in the morning sunrise, he wrote this down. One day they will fear me taking the last shot. He created a higher purpose statement when he left the gym. And from true enough, until to his peak and prime. Whenever he takes a shot, everybody starts fearing what the results is going to be. So my question to you is, have you made your higher purpose statement? What are you going to tell yourself on December 31st when you look at yourself in the mirror? Have you already prepared the speech? Is it going to be a winning speech or is it going to be eulogy? You have to decide which speech because you are going to see yourself in the mirror on December 31st. Yes, 40 weeks have passed. None of us can turn this clock back. But there's another 12 weeks more. Are you going to give up? Does it look impossible or are you really, really ready to give up? My answer will be don't. Right? There is 12 weeks left, guys. There's really 12 weeks. And this is where the game is played. Always the game, history has always taught us the game always happens, the game always changes in the last quarter. Right? Comebacks doesn't happen in January. It always happens in the last quarter. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. There was once in my life, I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. And I wanted to make a change. And all I had to do was to make one decision in my life. Instead of saying it is one day, I started saying, is this day one? And from there, I was put on a 12 weeks transformation journey for my physique to be a national champion. It took me 85 days of hard work. I was in the gym every day working like as though my life depended on it. 85 days, I was full of hunger. 85 days, I was up at 4 a.m. and being in the gym and training when no one was watching me. 85 days, I never gave in to any of my comfort. 85 days, I never gave in to any of my excuses. And 85 days later, that was the breakthrough results I got. And I'm telling you, it is possible to get whatever you want if you're willing to give everything you have in you without a single question of doubt. You have to put your blood, sweat, soul, everything into it, and you don't really have to believe in miracles. You can design your success. So that is what I am telling you. If you guys are willing to put everything you have inside you for the next 85 days, I am going to tell you it is possible. And even your DNA will be ready to listen to you. This is my 3 strategies I have used for every single final sprint. This is something I want to give it to you, Great Eastern. I have never ever shared this on any platform, any agency, any alliance before. This is something, this is my own personal playbook, which has my sample scripts, rejection handling scripts, everything is inside. I'm going to share with you guys today. This is a game changer. I'm on a mission of doing 1 MDRT a month for 5 months. 2 months have passed. I've already cleared 2.5 MDRTs, and I got 2 more months to clear another 2 MDRTs. And I am just using this playbook. This is a tested playbook. I have used it, and I'm going to give it to you. So you need to pay attention. You can take photos if you want, but if you're going to be on your phone playing or whatever, you miss, right? Anything I'm going to say, it's not going to help you anyway because the devil's in the details. I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. Take it, don't change it. Don't change anything according to your whims and moods. Just apply it exactly, and you'll see the result by end of the year. Okay? My strategy 1 is my daily success equation. It is not a requirement to go 3 appointments a day and close $1,000 a day for me. It's a law. I don't break this law. No matter I'm tired, I'm anywhere, I still do 3 appointments a day. Right? Currently, because I'm running, I'm doing around 5 to 6 a day. But no matter what, it's 3 appointments a day. It's a TOT requirement. Right? If you can do for 300 days, 3 appointments, it's a TOT requirement. Okay? But this is what I will tell all of you to do. When I say appointment, don't start thinking where to meet people, who to meet people. As I told you, don't question my formula. It could be as simple as you meeting 3 people for coffee, just to have a cheesecake, but you are working on momentum. The game is played by momentum. Your body does not recognize who you're meeting for, what you're meeting for. Your body doesn't understand what's MDRT, what is COT, what is TOT. Your body doesn't know all this. Your body only recognizes momentum. So you have to go for 3 appointments every day. And what are the appointments I do? I got 3 colors in my handphone. One is green for closing, blue for presentation, and orange for coffee. So I must have these 3 colors in my handphone. So I will not have 3 coffee appointments in a day. If somebody wants to have coffee with me, they have to fall on a separate days. I must have 1 presentation a day and 1 closing a day. So what is the first appointment? Coffee appointment. It is what I call casual fact-finding done extensively. No iPad, no nothing. I will just sit down, with somebody at a Starbucks and just talk and just want to know who you are with, who do you know. Well, somebody will just come and tap the guy and say, hey, hi. I'll ask him, who is that guy? Oh, he's my colleague. Does he have young kids? Yes. How old are they? Less than 12. What's the name? I'll take down the notes. 2 weeks later, I'll drop by and say, I got some cupcakes for you. Can you come down? I also got cupcakes for your friend. Pass it to your friend. And the friend will message me on WhatsApp and say, thank you. I just got referred. That's the kind of thing. So that coffee appointment is very, very important to me, right? I will just ask, hey, I gave you a wine bottle when I gave you my book. One wine bottle will have 4 glasses of wine. Did you drink it alone? Who did you drink with? Or I drank with so and so. How come you never mentioned these 2 names before to me? Can you tell me more about them? Let me write it down, and you have to introduce to me by end of the year. So that's what I do at a coffee appointment. I will do beyond what fact-finding will do. I will pull out your entire horoscope and history. Right? That's what your first appointment is supposed to be. And my second appointment is a presentation appointment where it's actual presentation with your benefit illustration. I am technically presenting. But it could have just come from your first coffee appointment. Because when I leave, I would have opened up to something and I say, hey, I tell you what, can I meet you in 2 weeks just to sit down on a professional ground and actually go through what we just discussed? So a coffee appointment has to convert to a presentation appointment. It can happen 1 week later or 1 month later. It doesn't matter. I will keep working on it. Right? And my last appointment has to be a closing appointment, which is make the sale. How small it is, to me, I don't care. I do close $30 monthly cases or $3,000 monthly cases. To me, it doesn't make a difference. To me, it's the momentum. Because the act of opening the iPad and closing is what I need. I don't care about the premium. Control what you can control. You must be very clear what are the parameters you can control. I only can control my activity, and that's the only thing I can control. Premium FYC will be a byproduct of this whole process. Right? So that's the 3 appointments. If you can do this, you can have 5. And I don't work on Saturday, Sunday. So you can give yourself a break for Saturday, Sunday. If you can do that for 5 days, it is 15 appointments and 5K close. But for 1 month or 4 weeks, you'll clear around $20,000. In these 12 weeks, you can have 180 appointments, and you can do 1 MDRT in these 12 weeks. I break it down to you very simply. And it's tested, I've done it, and I do it very effectively year after year. So for me, doing 1 MDRT a month, I don't think so much because I just have to see 3 people a day. Right? This is my script, which I've been using for the past 2 months, and it has given me wonders. This is what gave me my MDRT for the past 2 months, and all were new clients. 85% were all new clients. I just tell the client, I message this, in today's uncertain climate, where interest rates remain low and market conditions unpredictable, it's natural to feel unsure about where to invest safely while still keeping ahead of inflation. I'm excited to let you know that Great Eastern has just introduced a new plan that provides capital protection with a guaranteed annual interest of 3.38%, giving you both security and steady growth. As someone I truly value, I'd like to share the details with you personally before this gets wider attention. Would you be open to a short discussion at one of these times? Please let me know which slots works for you better. And I've only faced 3 rejections till today. Nothing has changed. And the first rejection I faced was, send me some details prior to our appointment. And I will say, I can definitely send you the brochure or the product write-up, but to be honest, it doesn't do full justice. The key is whether this product fits your investment profile and risk appetite. If it doesn't, I've got 3 other solutions that might suit you better, and those can't really be explained in a document. That's why I like to take just 20 minutes to run through it with you. After that, you'll have clarity on which part works best for you. And I'll secure the appointment. If that still doesn't secure the appointment, I'll get another rejection. I have no funds now. Everything is locked in elsewhere. Then I'll say, I completely understand. Many of my clients also have funds tied up in existing commitments. My role isn't to rush you, but to ensure you're aware of options that could benefit you when your funds free up. Let's still have a quick discussion. You'll then have clarity on whether this plan or one of the alternatives is worth considering when the timing is right. This way, you won't miss the window if it aligns with your goals. And I'll still make that appointment to meet this person. If that still doesn't work, he'll come out with a third one. I really have no time to meet and no bandwidth to do any investments this year. Then I'll say, I completely understand. I won't take up any more of your time on this. What I would truly appreciate instead is if you could connect me with a friend, colleague, or family member who might benefit from having a safe place to grow their money. Right now, many people are losing funds to scams or unregulated products because they don't have access to proper advice. A simple introduction from you could help them avoid the risk and gain clarity. That in turn will also bring good value to you, knowing you've protected someone you care about. Would you be comfortable linking me up with one or two people you feel could use such guidance? No matter what, I will secure that appointment. I'll be in front of that person. Right? Most important is to be in front of the person. I'm not asking to judge whether GSP USD is a good product, is a commission good. No, I'm just using the art of it being a capital guaranteed and a returns guaranteed to be a reason to reduce the amount of rejections I'm going to get to be in front of the person. That's all I'm interested. And once you are in front of the client, now the closing has to happen, presentation has to happen, right? There's 2 flow charts I use, right? I will start with GSP USD. I will try to upsell Index Universal Life and tell him why not you consider also like a saving tool, but also gives you immediate coverage. So if anything happens even tomorrow, your family gets immediate higher returns and the actual returns because you are covered X dollars, right? Or I'll just tell him, why not, instead of 3-year lock-in, do a 9-year lock-in for index income USD, capital guaranteed, but you can secure the returns for a longer time, and let's do for 9 years. Or I'll say, why not we just do a prestige portfolio? Let me create for you something where the dividends are already there. The excess money, can I just sell you a term life policy just to make sure the coverage and the returns are still in place? And from the index income, the 9-year payout, I will do a cross-sell to see whether I can do, again, an Index Universal Life for a 5-year or 10-year pay. This whole discussion is what I will do when I sit down with a client if the intention is for life. If it is for wealth creation, I will then go into this mode. I will start talking about GSP USD. I will try to upsell to a PLR for USD. And tell, why not you put your funds here, from the 13 month you can get immediate returns, it's going to be at least better leverage against inflation, and I will go. And if the client buys it, I say from the 13 month, we can also take the funds and cross-sell to a GWA for 5, 10, or 15 years, and we can create 2 portfolios at the same time. Or you can upsell to an index income USD, and the same concept, 9 years with a payout, take the 9 years and just top up 1 more year to do a GWA 5 or 10 years to do an upsell and a cross-sell. Or you do, again, the same a prestige portfolio and take the dividends every monthly dividend and throw it into a GWA and create 2 portfolios again. When you give a client how one amount of money can create 2 separate portfolios, the client is sold. And this is what exactly I do. Okay? Strategy 2, right? Patrick mentioned about miracle. Right? I don't really believe in miracle. I design it. I'll show you. I'll exactly show you how to create something by design, and you don't need miracle. You can save the miracle for something else. Okay? I believe in running half a day. I split the day and I create a double impact. And this is how I work, and I'll share with you. I have run my day on 2 calendars. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is what I call the offensive sprint, and 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. what I call the power closing period. So my calendar is split into half. I don't see a day as a whole day. I split it into 2. So I have to work from 9 to 3 separately and 4 to 10 separately. When I do that, what happens? 9 a.m., I start my 2 appointments, and I go for 1 lunch appointment, and 2 to 3 p.m. I do admin. But nowadays, I start my first appointment at 7:45 or 8. Right? You'll always catch me at Siglap at a cafe. I'll be sitting with the client by 8 a.m. Right? So what happens? My 2 appointments in the morning, the first appointment is I will always have breakfast with small SME owners or nurses who are on shift jobs, who are able to meet me every morning. I will sit with them. They are my appointments. Sometimes I'll have 2 face-to-face, or after the first one, if I have to go to the gym or something, I will do a Zoom call in the car, or I'll just do a WhatsApp call in the car. To me, it doesn't matter whether they are face-to-face, Zoom, or even on a phone. As long as I've presented, it's an appointment for me. As long as I've talked about a product, when I put down the phone, the client's considering something, it is an appointment for me. That 2 appointments is done. Then at 12 o'clock, it's compulsory for me to have a lunch appointment where I'm sitting with a client and I'm technically doing a review, and my objective is to collect referrals. Just to ask, just to get the 1 or 2 names is very important for me. Right? So that's an intention. I set an intention for my lunch appointments. And 2 to 3 o'clock, I would have, because I wake up very early, I start my day as early as 3:30 or 4. I would have messaged all my clients. So all the replies are coming in, I have no time to reply back. 2 to 3 o'clock, and I have to reply back to all my 3 secretaries who are working for me to settle everything. And all my messages, emails, I try to clear by 3 o'clock to get all my admin stuff out of the way. When that is done, I go for my power closing period from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. You go 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., you can go for one appointment, right? And that one appointment is look for profiles with flexible hours. Teachers, because teachers will finish school at 1:32. They'll be okay to come and have coffee with you at 4 o'clock before they go back home and start their tuition. Or small business owners, cabin crew, pilots, air stewardess. I'll try to catch them at the 4 to 6 p.m. Right? So I have my separate Excel spreadsheet for all these people, so I know who to slot them in at the right time. And once that's done, 6:30 to 7:30 is my one appointment. Most of the time, I do the appointment by Zoom or phone call because if, let's say, my appointment is in the West, I stay in the East, I know I'm going to get stuck in the jam or something, I will do, instead of listening to a song or just talking to somebody for the waste of time, I'll just be doing an appointment while I'm traveling to the last appointment, just to click my second appointment. And finally, I will go for my last appointment at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., which is a real extensive presentation, and most of the time it's a closing appointment. So when you can do this, what happened? The double impact has just given you a lifeline. The 12 weeks just became 24 weeks. Instead of 85 days, I've just given you 170 days now. Because 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is 85 days for you. 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. is another 85 days for you. So I've given you 170 days, which any other company would have never found out. I'm telling it to you guys, you have 170 days. So for me, instead of 12 weeks, I have 24 weeks now to run. So if you can split your calendar and be very, very honest and sincere to your approach, you have more time actually than you can ever imagine to finish this year. And my strategy 3 is the 1% rule. I always believe, and this rule I've always shared, I took it from the book Atomic Habits, where James Clear has clearly stated, if you can improve 1% a day for the entire year, you will improve 37.78 times for the entire year, which is 3,778% in a year. But in these 85 days, if you can improve 1% a day, that is 2.3 times. When I say 2.3 times, it is 230% you can improve just by improving 1% a day, and create your micro wins will fuel your macro success. I have 1% rule. I have my own playbook called 1% rule. I've got 100 different things. I've taken the 7 things which I feel will help you guys in the last final sprint. Prospecting edge. Just make 1 extra call a day. And I'll tell you the power of it. I normally used to just message my clients happy birthday in the morning. I just started just to call them in the morning, say happy birthday. And I'm not kidding. Every month I started getting 5 to 6 new closings because I started calling my clients in the morning. Because they say, hey, I wanted to tell you my friend, colleague just gave birth. I was supposed to introduce you. I totally forgot I was busy. Because he just called, I'll give you the contact now. Just that 1 call I make extra a day, that extra effort gets me extra 5 to 6 appointments. Appointment intensity. Just add 1 more question to uncover a deeper client need. I have just started adding 1 question, and I'll tell you the power of it. When I close, I just tell my client, hey, let's imagine I only had 2 such cases in my iPad. You just bought 1. What if I tell you this particular case, the last one in my iPad is going to expire in 3 hours, I have no one to see. If I'm going to desperately ask you, who can I sell this to? What is the first name that comes to your mind? I'm thinking of someone, but shall I just check with him? I said, I told you if it's 3 hours, by the time you explain to him, the case will be expiring from my iPad and I'll be losing it. Why not you give him a call now and pass me the phone? I think I'll be in a better position to explain to him, and he'll call and pass the phone, and I'll create an appointment, and I've closed such cases just by asking just 1 extra question, which is my most uncomfortable question most of the time, but because I'm desperate, I have asked that 1 extra question, and I've got that case. Your follow-up precision. Send 1 extra personalized message to your client every day. That means if, let's say, you met a client and the client says, okay, let's catch up in 1 week's time. I put a reminder in my phone Wednesday just to send him a message to say something related to it, just to let him know that I'm still thinking of you and you're supposed to get back to me in another 3 more days. But the extra message, right, helps to get the closing faster for me. Wake up 1 hour earlier if you guys can. Don't have to be gung-ho like me who wakes up at 3 o'clock. Don't bother. Just say, instead of 7, just get up at 6. Agents ask me, sir, what shall I do at 6? You really don't know anything. Just wear your shoes and go for a walk and just think about your business for 1 hour. Isolate and just think about your business for 1 hour. You will figure out something. But just get up 1 hour earlier, because I always used to say, in order to rise above the sun, you got to rise before the sun. Time mastery. Just cut one habit which is totally unproductive. If there's someone in the room already on Netflix watching serials or series or something, just cut it for the next 85 days. If you're already playing a game on social media, just cut it off for the next 85 days and you'll save a lot of time and you can use it for productivity. Customer experience, just do one additional thing for your client every day. It could be just sending a simple cake, or it could be just be delivering something like a simple moon cake. Just that one act will bring you very, very far, and I've seen it happen so many times, right? And they just will give you referrals, or some conversations will happen. But as I told you, it is not a direct formula, but that 1% will compound it for you. Just show up slightly sharper than your client's expected dress code. I will tell you personally from my experience. After COVID, I really thought it's okay to dress down. I started wearing my Armani shirt, a cargo pants, and wore my expensive watch. I thought it's okay. I still look successful. But trust me, I just decided to wear long sleeve again. The same client looked at me very differently. He has got all the policies with me, but he started looking at me very differently. Started wearing cuffling and tie. He started referring people to me. The moment I wore suit, they started signing immediately. That your dressing makes a difference. So just make sure one notch higher than your client. I'm not telling you wear a suit and go. If your client is going to wear casual, just that additional shirt or pants, or for ladies, a nice dress or something to look professional. If you're going to look casual, you'll become a casualty anyway. Right? I just now had one agent who came and told me, sir, I read your book, I followed exactly, and I'm a first year in the business, I did my first MDRT already. I said, very good, what are you running for now? Oh, I stopped already, I'm going to work on my systems. I said, no, you're supposed to carry on doing COT, right? And I said, sir, you don't want to work on something else? No, let me tell you later, you just sit down and watch, I'm telling you why. Even if you're going to run for your goals or not run for your goals, it's your own prerogative. But if you don't improve 1%, if you can improve 1% today, by end of December 31st, you would have improved 230% in terms of momentum. But somebody who in this room choose not to improve 1% a day from today, you would have dropped 43% where you're exactly right now. So what's going to happen? When January 1st, 2026 start, the guy who decided to do 1% is already 273% ahead of you in terms of momentum. So you can start, the person who's right below, right, will have to catch up for 273%, figure out the momentum, and by the time he gets there, will be another 4 or 5 months. Again, the story will repeat, sit in another final sprint, wondering what exactly happened this year. So these 3 strategies, if you guys can put it together, it's 100% guaranteed success. I have done it, and I'm telling you, simple strategies, but as long as I said, tenacity, intensity, focus, and consistency, this formula is going to get you there. And like what Patrick said, you guys will be able to let it fall. The rain will fall. The next 85 days can rewrite your entire story. One small, consistent action every day is enough to create a lifetime of difference to you. Great Eastern, let me tell you, 85 days left. This is not the time to slow down. This is the time to step up. I am not telling you to run for any awards, achievements, or conventions. I am just telling you to be very, very honest and truthful to the promise you made to yourself beginning of the year and the promise you made to yourself when you started this career. We all came into this career because we wanted to be great. We wanted to be destined for greatness. So none of us here in this room has the right to go below average because it's not fair to ourselves and to the people who's dependent upon us. So I am telling you, it's time to buckle up, start your engine, go on full throttle, release all your handbrake, and screw the brakes. Don't have to press any brakes for 85 days. Even if you have to hit somewhere, so you'll hit in a better place. Just keep running. And if you're able to do it, like what Patrick said, you guys will be a rainmaker and the rain will stop. And you don't have to believe in miracles because we've already designed it by success. And I'll see you guys all at the top. Thank you.
Wow! Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Marcus! You just screw up my mind. Your math. 1% growth every day will allow you to have 230% growth by the end of the year. It's like your math confirm A1. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is an amazing, amazing session. Remember, it's not just 85 more days, it is a lifetime. 3 appointments a day. And with so many personal friends I have in the hall, I will know when I start receiving happy birthday messages because he says so. This is the habit that you learn as well as put it into practice. And so many of you taking pictures of the good practice, put it to use, and have a strong quarter for closing.